Chris Bryant, Javier Baez, and Anthony Rizzo. 3 Cubs that have fallen off harder than Adam Sandler after grown-ups too. But at least with Rizzo, since getting traded, he did find success. Javier Baez is a $23 million meme now. Chris Bryant is allegedly on some team called the Rocks or something. I don't know. I think he's on a fake team. I think he was told he was playing for a real team when getting the contract, but it's really not. Remember that crazy plane lady?
I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Pretty sure she saw a Rockies player, and that's who she was referring to. But Anthony Rizzo, whether it was right after getting traded, a year after getting traded, even almost 2 years after getting traded away from the team he was on for a decade, it didn't seem like he would fall off anywhere near the way his other former Cub teammates did. Things were going well, really well, until they weren't. And to this day, it's crazy to think that it really all goes back to one play, one moment that kind of ended everything. Really quick, as always, if you're part of the 51% of viewers not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button if you enjoy the videos, as it's always interesting that Anthony Rizzo began his career with the Padres after getting traded by the Red Sox, who he was with in their minor league system for 3 years after getting drafted by them. The Red Sox got Adrian Gonzalez, by the way, for Rizzo and 3 other prospects, who they then turned around and traded a year later anyway to the Dodgers, where he played the rest of his career. Well, other than when he was a Met for 5 minutes. Okay, now this has nothing to do with Rizzo, just some extra baseball lore for you. But anyway, Rizzo was obviously never known as a Padre, but when he was called up in 2011, the San Diego Tribune deemed Rizzo the most celebrated Padres call-up since Roberto Alomar in 1988. Yeah, no pressure. Well, he played 49 games for them, was awful, although it's not like he was a bust. It was the first 49 games for him ever in the big leagues. But that offseason, the Padres turned into that dude looking at another woman meme by having their sights set on another young, hyped-up first baseman, Yonder Alonso. So they traded away Matt Latos to the Reds in exchange for him. So because they now had Alonso, they were also comfortable with trading Rizzo, and the Cubs were happy to take him. So everyone was happy. The Padres have Alonso, the Cubs have Rizzo, and the Reds get Matt Latos. That worked out pretty well for them. Of the 3 in this scenario, it's safe to say the Cubs fared out best, like someone who chose not to go on the Titanic safe. I mean, there's really nothing more the Cubs could have asked for. Rizzo became one of the best hitters in baseball and helped the Cubs win their first championship in over 100 years. The Titanic wasn't even built the last time this franchise had won, so Rizzo will forever have anything he wants for free in Chicago, but he also became pretty beloved in New York, the way he was hitting there. He finished off 2021 pretty strong, and then put up an awesome 2022 season, hitting 32 home runs, and the last time he did that was 2017. That was his career high. He hit that number 4 times. I don't know, for some reason that was his threshold, but yeah, 32 home runs. He wasn't as good of a batting average hitter anymore. His average was low, but the power made up for it. He was the second best hitter on the team that year. Not that that's saying much, but still, only Judge was better, and that earned him a 2-year $32 million contract, and to kick off 2023, he was making every penny worth it. April was really good. May was even better. At the end of the month, the Padres were in town. Rizzo knocks an RBI single. He's crushing the ball. Life is good until Fernando Tatis Jr. happened. On a pickoff move to first base, Tatis's hip would slam into Rizzo's head when stepping back onto the bag. Rizzo was immediately in pain and pissed, kind of pushing Tatis before going to the ground and leaving the game. But this is where the Yankees seemed incompetent. They originally described Rizzo's injury as a neck injury. Rizzo didn't even originally miss that much time. He only missed 3 games and was back, but he was awful. Up to that game where the injury happened, Rizzo was hitting 880 OPS and 11 home runs on the year. After that, a 173 batting average, a 496 OPS, and 1 home run. He obviously was not right, and in early August was put on the injured list with post-concussion syndrome that they believe stemmed from the Tatis incident.
Crime wave in Gotham. Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
I mean, personally, I was thinking, if Rizzo ever got kicked in the dick, that might have been the moment he suffered the concussion. But thank God the Yankees were able to see that the moment where Rizzo got hit in the head was when he got the concussion. Amazing. Well, that was the end of his 2023 season, and his 2024 season was even worse overall in multiple ways. I mean, just in general, he wasn't good. His hitting pretty much just picked up right where it left off in 23. Bad, barely any pop. And it's like bro made a deal with the devil with the constant freak injuries. He full on broke his arm after after colliding with Red Sox pitcher Brennan Bernardino, went on the injured list for 2.5 months and came back just to break his fingers on a hit by pitch. I was today years old when I found out fingers heal ultra fast. I mean, I knew they healed fast, but Rizzo came back to play just weeks later for the playoffs, and he did pretty well. So I guess you can just break all your fingers and you'll be fine. But anyway, the Yankees declined his team option for 2025, making him a free agent or he remains. We are almost a week away from spring training, and Rizzo has no team. I mentioned the reason Alex Verdugo being teamless in my last video might be because he wants more money or doesn't want a minor league contract from anybody, although that was just speculation. I don't know that to be true. But with Anthony Rizzo, that is true. Rizzo straight up said a few weeks ago that he felt it was crazy teams were offering him to play for the league minimum. Teams don't value him at all right now. And look, I get it. Rizzo is comparing himself to other players, like the team he was just on, for example. Just signed Paul Goldschmidt, someone who's 2 years older than Rizzo and coming off the worst year of his career for $12 million. Now, maybe Goldschmidt is still the better option. He is. But by that logic, why couldn't Rizzo get, say, $8 million? That's how he's looking at it, basically. And as valid as that can be, I mean, look, you don't have any leverage at this point. You're coming off 2 bad seasons. I know the 2 injuries last year were freak accidents, but Rizzo hasn't hit since the concussion, which can still be causing issues to this day. He also plays first base, nowhere else, so there's no versatility there. Like, I can understand nobody really wanting to go any extra mile to get him, even if it's just a few $1,000,000. I understand both sides, but lean a little more on the team side. Like, if I'm a team, I'm happy to see maybe another team give Rizzo $8 million for a year to see how it goes. It's obviously not a risk, really. I just wouldn't necessarily want to be that team because I don't know, what's the point if you have better options or whatever. And if everyone has that mindset, that's why we're at where we're at with days leading up to opening day and no team for Rizzo. It really is wild, though, how much of a turn Rizzo's career took since that Tatis incident. I also want to make it clear, just like it says in the title, Tatis didn't do that on purpose or anything. It was just an unfortunate turn of events. Shit like that happens. But it, of course, doesn't stop it from sucking any more than it did, and still does. Because, again, any injury to the head like that resulting in a concussion could have long-term effects that look like it's helped Rizzo's complete fall off in production ever since. Things just won't ever be the same. At least it doesn't seem like it'll be. I do think someone eventually will give Rizzo a shot. Injuries happen. Someone might as well eventually take a flyer on him. But if Rizzo's career really is over, it was a great one. There's nothing to be ashamed about. If you want to connect with other baseball fans, go join my Discord server in the pinned comment below. I love building community a lot, so if you're interested, feel free to do that, and thank you for watching.